That's a tough one. I mean, we could all sit here and say we can raise taxes, the thing that's been thrown out about, or the idea about going to vehicle stickers. I mean, there's all kinds of things like that that we could do to raise revenue. Those aren't necessarily the answers at this point. That's not to say they won't be, but I think those are the kind of decisions that we need to sit down, take a long, hard look at. I think right now, one of our main objectives needs to be to get the growth going again, to get some additional retail businesses in here, to get some income generated from the sales tax, as Trustee Waterman alluded to, possibly some larger ticket type businesses. I don't know if it would be a car dealer, but something similar to that. And to get our vacant industrial spaces filled. But I mean, other than that, I don't have a cut and dried answer as far as how we can do it. It just needs to continue to be a slow process. We need to look at what we're spending. We need to continue to look at our budget and work within our means.
Thank you. Martin Flowers.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Well, we have cut back as far as we can go, and that's part of why we need to begin to look at what is being fiscally responsible. We don't want to be cutting services. Some ideas that I would have, just jot down here, again, address the Douglas Road corridor. There is 70% that is not filled down there. We can bring it back. What about new technologies? What are some of the things that we can do to address the old AT&T area where the AT&T plant was? What can we do to utilize that resource? There are things out there that we have at our disposal. Existing areas of open space that we currently have. Again, talking about long-term planning, like Amanda stated, the village does have a long-term plan, and we are looking to utilize it. Again, the Douglas Road corridor, areas of the village that have not been developed yet. We all want to see the economic engines going again, but we have to do this right now. And we have to plan for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Josh Salisbury.
Well, like all my opponents have said, there is no easy answer to it. And with the, how do I want to phrase this? Illinois has just done the highest tax increase in a long time. And the things that have come up with, like vehicle stickers and other ways to raise taxes in the village, are not the answer, especially since the citizens have already paid one of the highest tax raises in state history. We need to look at revenue and business and where else we can get the taxes going other than our residents, because our poor residents have been taxed enough.
Thank you. Robert Waterman.
I think at this stage we've made thousands of dollars of cuts. We're at the point where it's about sustainability and how do we can continue to maximize our dollar and every dollar that we have. I think a lot of it has to do with the small things. It's the things that we do every day. Everything, every task that we embrace, we have to try to think, how can this bring more revenue to the village? What I mean more directly is thinking outside the box in terms of grants. We just received $10,000 for the ash borer infestation. The Public Works had secured that. We were discussing at Finance Committee about the website and about the amount of $10,000 to $12,000 that it's going to cost to update that. But when we update it, it's going to improve efficiency because people can pay online, so that's going to reduce staff time, and it's going to make things easier for everybody. We can sell ad space on the website to underwrite that cost instead of taking the money out of our general fund. It's thinking outside the box. Electric. Just recently we joined a cooperative to reduce our electrical cost by $21,000. This last week, President Obama declared the blizzard disaster, which will probably bring us about $30,000. It's paying attention to the opportunities that are out there. It's every little thing. It's not going to be, we're not going to, how many people hit the lotto? You don't. It's about the little things. Using our vision, I think the Village of Montgomery having the rail access, something in terms of using that rail access and bringing businesses would bring more jobs and more revenue.
Stan Bond.
Sometimes the easiest growth is from the business that's already here, from the companies that already have settled in the community, that already know us and what we can do for them. Maybe we can help them expand. Maybe we can help them grow in ways that will benefit us as well. We have nothing to lose by talking with them to see what is a possibility. At the very least, we'll show some appreciation for the fact that they're here. But from a marketing standpoint, typically your quickest and the earliest results come from the people that already know you and that already have a stake in working with you. We may be able to help using some of the tools that we have now. We may be able to help some of these businesses expand. We could also work to identify some high potential industries such as healthcare, skilled care. Those industries are going to grow regardless of a down economy because of our nation's demographics. And they tend to employ a good wage. They provide a good wage. They attract skilled workers, and they tend to attract some allied industries that are helpful to us as well. I would float an idea for perhaps a new fee, which will be unusual for me, but it's something that other communities are looking at, and we might too. And that would be on foreclosed properties. The foreclosed properties that our community and others deal with represent a considerable burden to us, both from a code enforcement and a policing. Often they're crime hotspots. They require a lot of attention. I would propose that we look at maybe a $200 fee of sorts to the note holder for that foreclosed property that would help recover some of our costs in looking after and caring for that property and returning it to the community in terms of inspecting it and recertifying it for occupancy. So that would not be a fee that would fall to our taxpaying community, but it would be a reasonable recovery of the cost that we're suffering as a result of these foreclosures.
And Matt Rowley.
For increasing revenue in Montgomery, I would not support any sort of tax increase, real estate or a sales tax or the like. Vehicle sticker program is not something that I support or would support. I'm going to leverage everything on filling our vacant industrial, commercial spots, the retail stuff, like everybody stated on Douglas. There's, in our comprehensive plan on the west side of town, there's a large area of what could be retail or commercial that I think those residents on the west side are lacking severely right now to go out for a dinner. It usually involves a decent drive. I would also like to leverage the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation. They are our biggest fan out there. They're people out there that are selling Montgomery to retail, commercial, industrial, manufacturing. Their job is to bring people to our town and work with that. So I would like to see WDC have a bigger part and a seat at the table and bring people in to the Village of Montgomery.